Angela here with Coastal Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this delicate little beauty called the Coronado Necklace. It's a little 2-inch row of apatite gemstones, a wire wrapped onto a gold-filled chain. All right, let's get to making. Here we go with the Coronado Necklace. When you unpack your pouch, you're going to have 15 inches of gold-filled chain, which I know sounds like it's gonna be a choker, which is gonna end up too short, but it's not, don't worry. We're gonna actually wire wrap our apatite gemstones into the center of the chain, and there's 2 inches of apatite gemstones. So that's gonna get you to 17 inches, plus we're going to attach a clasp at the back. So you could potentially have an 18-inch necklace when you're finished. The beauty is you can cut the chain at the back if you want a 16-inch, 17-inch, you know, and so on. Customizable. When you make your own, you get exactly what you want. So I'm unpacking all my goodies. I also have a foot of gold-filled wire, which is 24 gauge. Our chain is gold-filled as well. It's not gonna tarnish or turn you green. We like to use precious metals in our kits. You're also gonna have a gold-filled clasp and 2 gold-filled jump rings, which are these tiny little circles with an opening that we're gonna use to attach the clasp onto the chain at the back. Okay, for the Coronado necklace, we're gonna need all 3 tools that came in the starter toolkit, which are the cutters, the round nose pliers, the flat nose pliers, or chain nose pliers, that's what they're called. And we're gonna start by wire wrapping our gemstones onto our chain. So go ahead and take your wire and cut it in half. I've given you extra wire because, you know, if this is your first time wire wrapping, you may wanna do it again. You may want to do it 2 or 3 times, and there's plenty of wire here for you to make a mistake and redo. Grab your round nose pliers. So with that being said, I do suggest watching this video all the way through. Watch me wire wrap the gemstones onto the chain before you try, and then, you know, restart the video and we can wire wrap together. Okay, so you're gonna wanna start with the round nose pliers. You're gonna wanna go down about 1/3 of the way on the wire. This just gives you a little more room to work with if you're just starting out. Take the wire and bend it down towards you. You're going to rotate your plier back like you're revving a motorcycle. And then you're gonna take that wire and move it up and over the top of that round nose plier. You're gonna change your hand's direction one more time. Move your knuckles away from you and bring the wire under the nose of the plier. And you can see we have a nice circle that we formed around the nose of the needle of the round nose plier. Next, you're gonna take your wire into the last link of the chain. Slide it in to the loop that you've made so that it's dangling inside of the loop. You wanna take your flat nose pliers and you want your chain on the left, and you wanna grip the circle that you've just made so that the chain is inside the circle. Then you've got your plier, and then you've got your little piece of wire here sticking up. You're gonna grab the end of that wire with your round nose plier, and you're gonna wrap away and down towards the right. You're making a coil. You're not wrapping one, you know, on top of the other. You want to wrap away and down so that your wire is, I'm trying to get close here for you, but it's like a little coil down the length of the long wire. To go about 2 or 3 times around. You've got your wire attached to your chain. You're gonna take your cutters. You're gonna get in there as close as you can. Remember, cover when you cut, or grab a hold of the wire so that it doesn't go flying and hit you in the eye. Take your flat nose pliers and tuck in that little edge that was sticking out. Now you've got your wire attached to your chain, and it's time to thread your Apatite gemstones onto the wire. I've given you 2 inches. Some people don't want a gemstone bar that's that long, so put on as many gemstones as you want. As few or as many. Use them all, use half. That's part's up to you. Okay, I think that's good for me. I don't know that I want to use all of them. Also, maybe leave 1 or 2 out in case when you wire up the other side, you know, the gemstones are fragile and sometimes you can crack them with your pliers if you're not too comfortable with what you're doing yet. So that way, if you do end up crushing one or breaking one, you can redo it and add a new one in. Okay, grab your round nose pliers. Grab your wire that has all of your beads on it in the left hand. Round nose pliers in the right. Grip on top of your gemstones. Bring the wire down towards you. Release the pressure, release the grip on the plier. Rotate your knuckles back towards you, like you're revving a motorcycle. Grip back down on your wire. Move the wire away and over the top of that nose of the plier, the top nose of the plier. Release the grip, move your knuckles away from you. Grip back down, pull the wire under. Don't start wrapping it closed because we need to attach the other side of our chain into our circle before we wrap it shut. Most common mistake. Okay, go ahead and thread the last link, the other side of the chain, into your loop. You can pull it in there and hear it click. So you can see the chain is inside of your loop. Grab, I like to hold my beads in the right. Take my flat nose in the left. Grab a hold of that circle with the chain on the left, the pliers gripping the circle, and you've got your wire sticking straight up that you're gonna wrap. Grab the very end of that wire, grab the tip. You'll have a bigger range of motion when you wrap down towards your beads. Wrap away and towards your beads. I do this all in one, but you can, you know, ungrip, release your grip, and wrap. Whatever works for you, whatever feels comfortable, just until you meet the bead. So you can go ahead and snip it and tuck the little edge in, just being careful not to crush any of those delicate little gemstones. Once they're wire wrapped and on, they're not gonna break. It's just when you're using tools and wire next to them that sometimes they're soft and they may break. Next, we're gonna cut the chain right in half down the middle. So find the middle, cut it in half. At this point, you can lay your necklace into your design board and you can see, you can measure how long it's gonna be. Get that chain all the way in there. Okay. My necklace is, the chain's going up to 8.5 on each side, which means I'm gonna end up with like a 17, 18-inch necklace by the time I add the clasp. So I'm gonna trim mine down. I would prefer a 16-inch necklace. I'm gonna take my little snippers and go ahead and cut at the 7.5. The clasp is gonna add about an inch. So I'm gonna snip my chain at 7.5 on each side, so that it's 15. By the time I add my clasp, I'll be at 16 inches. Okay, now we grab our jump ring, which are these little tiny circles that have an opening. You want to grab your jump ring with your flat nose. You need 2 pliers to open a jump ring. 1 on each side. You're gonna move your hands, 1 away from you and 1 towards you. You never wanna open out like this. You always wanna open like this and close like this. You'll never get it back into a circle if you do this, and it could overlap. So now that you have your jump ring open, you're going to grab the end of your chain, put your jump ring into the end of the chain, grab your clasp, and there's a loop on the end of your clasp. You're gonna feed that through the jump ring. So if your clasp is dangling inside of the jump ring, grab your pliers and just do the opposite motion to close. You can kind of rock it back and forth a little bit and lightly press in as you do that, and your jump ring will close up. Now you've got your clasp attached. We need to now attach the ring, the other side of your clasp. Same way, we're gonna use our jump ring. So go ahead and grab your jump ring. Open it. These are strong, so you do have to give a little, elbow grease when you're opening them up. But that's because we don't want them to open as we're wearing them. Okay, attach the soldered ring. This ring that's on your clasp that you clip onto is actually soldered shut, so it's not gonna ever, slip out while you're wearing it. Go ahead and close your jump ring now that the clasp is attached to it. And you have made a beautiful apatite gemstone and gold-filled bar necklace. Something like this in a boutique would go, easy for like 60 bucks. And you've just custom created your own for about $40. And you know how to make more.